Welcome to the MVP Show. Before we chat with today's guest, here's a quick message from our sponsors. Today's show is brought to you by the 90-Day Mentoring Challenge. We cover the following key areas to grow your career: communication, consulting, technology, Microsoft community engagement, career paths that are available to you, and building your own personal brand. If you want to be involved in the next 90-Day Mentoring Challenge, go to nz365guy.com/mentoring. Now, let's get on with the show. Today's guest is from Pune, India. He's a Power Platform architect at Capgemini. He's just been awarded this month his MVP, so nice and fresh. It's going to be great talking to him. He's provided consulting help, support, and sharing his knowledge since 2014 through various social media channels, along with his personal blog, conducting online training and organizing various Power community events worldwide, and sharing the best solutions to the readers to help them achieve their goals and objectives in customer relationship space. He has recently published PowerApps Portal Build tool, an Azure DevOps extension to automate PowerApps Portal development. So exciting. Arpit Dynamics is where you can find him on Twitter. Arpit, welcome to the show.
Hey, Mark. Thank you. Thanks for having me in your wonderful show. I'm really a great fan of your MVP show, your podcast, and all the incredible initiative you are taking for the community.
Thank you so much. Now, I didn't say your last name because I didn't want to butcher it. How do you pronounce your full name?
So my full name is Arpit Shrivastava.
Excellent. And are you always from Pune in India, or have you moved there?
Yeah, I'm staying in Pune. Actually, my native place in Gwalior, MP. But I moved out to Pune due to my job. So I'm staying in Pune from last almost 8 and 9 years.
Wow. So if I was to visit you, what type of food? What are we going to do for fun? That's not work. What would you recommend in your area?
I would say that you must visit Pune because it is one of the most beautiful city of India. So people say it is the Switzerland of India. Okay, and yeah, it's really beautiful and surrounded by all the mountains, beaches, and all the greenery around. And there are a lot of interesting food items that also got you in the Pune. So yeah, it's really fun being there.
Can you ski, as a like snow ski in the mountains?
No, not the not the snow kind of mountains. There is no snowfall there, but there are some green mountains are there, some greeneries are there.
Wow. Okay. Very, very nice. Very nice. Sounds amazing. So tell me, how did you get into technology?
So if I talk about my professional journey, it's all started in 2012. Okay, and I started working as a SharePoint developer. So initially I worked around 6 to 7 months as a SharePoint developer, and I joined a startup company. So I feel really privileged that I got into that startup company from my college itself. And after 6 months of working as a SharePoint developer, I got into Microsoft Dynamics CRM. So we got a very very big client. It's an Indian based client. So I started working there from the Dynamics 365 2011 version, and I worked there for 2-3 years. Then I jumped into Tata Consultancy Service. It's a TCS organization, and I worked there for 5 years. And all these 5 years, I actually worked on some interesting part of the Dynamics CRM, like ADX Studio portals and Unified Service Desk. So I got a chance to work on the different areas. So I was not stuck at a particular area in the Dynamics CRM. And during my time in the TCS, I got a chance to work with the various clients at the different location. I've been to Switzerland, Germany, Luxembourg, and I've been to the Amsterdam, and I worked with the ABN AMRO Bank, if you heard about that. So yeah, so these are my clients, and then recently I jumped into Capgemini in December 2019. And yeah, so from last almost 8 and 9 years, I'm totally working in that Dynamics, and I'm not actually stick in a particular area that in the Dynamics CRM only. I'm working on various areas like Azure and the portals, the Power Platform, Dynamics CRM, and I have experience in the some other domains as well. I currently I'm working as an architect, but I have also experience working as a functional consultant or technical consultant, and as a support engineer as well.
Wow. I mean, your history sounds amazing, and when I look at the number of certifications you've set, the number of achievements, you've definitely been racking up a lot of achievements over the last couple of years.
Yeah.
Microsoft community badges. I mean, I think you've got one of the richest variety of badges that I've seen in the the Microsoft community area.
Yeah, so that was my first, area where I started contributed to the Microsoft community. Because to be very honest, I didn't know about this Microsoft MVP, the MCTs, and I didn't even know that you get recognized. So whatever you are doing for the community, I used to find a lot of issues and troubles while having development at my project work. So I used to find a lot of interesting stuff and the answers on the Microsoft community. But I had seen a lot of questions which left unanswered, and I tried to give the solutions, ideas there, and I really like that my ideas got worked. So that then it has become my passion, that after office work I used to spend 5 to 6 hours just to post my ideas, my solution on the Microsoft community. So yeah, I still remember that there are a lot of sleepless night I've spent to just post the answers on the Microsoft community.
Yeah, yeah. Tell me about the PowerApps Portal Build tool. What does that do?
All right, so PowerApps Build tool is all about to automate your portal deployment. So if I talk about my portal journey, actually I've been working in the portal since the ADX Studio was there. So ADX Studio was there. Yeah. So I'm working in the portal since the ADX Studio version. Then I got into Dynamics CRM portal. Then I PowerApps. Then I'm working the PowerApps portal. So my relation with the portal is quite so friendly with the portal. I know the portal. I have seen the growth of the portal, and I seen there are a lot of challenges people used to face while doing deployments and all. So and the recently Microsoft announced the Power Apps CLI. Using that, you can automate your lot of stuff, your Power Apps, your PCF, and the portals deployment. So I try to make a tool that make the developer easier to or enable to deploy the portal configuration. So it's a very simple tool. They just need to get it free. They can simply install it in their Azure DevOps instance, and they can start using that. They can export the configuration, they can import the configuration, and it's very simple tool to use. Yeah, and the interesting thing is that it actually use the Power Apps CLI that the Microsoft recently introduced. Yep.
So good. Have you thought of perhaps posting it or contributing to the Xram Toolbox and making it part of that?
Not yet. So this is my first tool that I published in the marketplace. So I actually didn't get chance to. I have made a lot of reusable components that I have put it on my GitHub repository and on my blogs, but I didn't put anything on the Xram Toolbox. I'm looking forward to do that because I have done a lot of interesting things, a lot of plug and play solutions I have. But this is my first tool, or you can say the extension that I published in my marketplace.
Yeah. So good. Yeah, I can see it in the marketplace there, in the Visual Studio marketplace, right?
Yep.
Yeah, very good. Have you had much feedback about it?
Not yet, but I got the feedback from a lot of community folks, and I think it's around 100 plus. The downloads has already been done in within 1 month. So it's a really great feedback I got from the community, and I got the personal message from a lot of portal developers as well, that they were really looking forward to have such kind of tool. So that they can simply deploy this tool simply deploy this tool with ease, and make the deployment easier, because usually developer used to spend around 2 to 3 hours of time, and there was so much manual activities involved in order to deploy the portal. But using this tool, they can simply deploy it with ease and with minimum manual effort.
Yeah. Have you heard of a podcast called Refresh the Cache?
Not yet.
So there's a podcast called Refresh the Cache, and it's run by Nick Dolman and Nicholas Hayduk, and both of those guys are really big on portals. And I think, this tool might be something they want to talk about on a podcast just dedicated to Refresh the Cache is just dedicated to portals and portals super users. So maybe it's worth reaching out to those guys and making them aware of it. It could be worth your while.
Definitely. I think it will be great idea to share my tool in that podcast. I know Nick, and I know Nick personally that he's doing a lot of interesting things on the portals. So I'm really looking forward to it if I can present that in their show.
Yeah. I see Oliver as one of the other contributors on the show there by the looks, or maybe it was just the episode, not 100% sure. But it could be well worth a look. Tell me, what was your journey then to becoming an MVP? How did it happen for you?
Well, I still remember, first of all, I feel really privileged that I got this MVP award in such a young age, because I am just having 8 to 9 years of experience in IT industry, and I know that a lot of experienced and senior people more than me, they are doing a lot of work for the community. But I still remember, maybe I started my journey in 2000. My IT professional journey started in 2012, and my the contribution started to the community in 2014. So reason being, I took the initiative too early, and within 2 years of time I started contributing to the community. So I still remember that in 2014 I posted my first blog, okay, on the blog post. And honestly speaking, I till that time I didn't even know that what is this Microsoft MVP program is, because I started my blog for myself, because I used to do a lot of interesting stuff in my project, and I was actually finding a way where I can easily get my stuff, if I want to reuse in any other projects. So I started writing blogs, and then after 1 or 2 years, I started posting answers, ideas on the Microsoft community. So this journey kept on going for 2 3 years. Then I still remember the day, I was in Amsterdam for one of the project, and I got a call from Raz. If you know, he's the yeah. So I got a call from Raz. He's the moderator of Power Community, and and I was like, it's something, some advertise or some marketing call. It's a fake call like that. So I was not paying attention while having conversation with Raz. But when Raz talking to me, and he started realizing me that what I'm doing for the community. Until then, I didn't even know that what I'm doing for the community. So he actually realized me that you are doing really great for the community, and we want to onboard in our Power community, and we want you to participate in the events that they are organizing worldwide. And I got the ambassador award of the Power community, and they invited me in the Brussels. So that was my first event. So where just James Phillips was the guest of that event. So I actually volunteered that event. So that was my great experience. So how that I got into the events and the Power community. Then in last year 2020 February, I was part of the Dubai summit. So they actually called me in the Dubai. So I presented the session on DevOps. Then I presented a lot of virtual events and all. So that's all. My MVP journey started. And I think last year Raz told me that I think, yeah, it's a good time to nominate you. So he nominated me, and the result in front of everyone.
Wow, so good, such a good story. Has it fully sunk in now that you're an MVP? What because it was only awarded. Was it June that you got awarded?
Yes. Yep.
Yeah. So one month. What's your feeling?
I think it's a great feeling, because obviously, if you get recognized, whatever doing for the whatever hard work or the effort you are doing for the community, obviously it feels really great. So the first thing they from the school time, I always wanted to be in a profession where I can, when I can get the fame, where I can be known by the some other persons as well. So I think after getting this MVP award, I little feel like I got the taste of the success. and obviously it boosted my confidence. I have seen when I posted that I got an MVP award, that I bombarded with a lot of messages on my social media channels that congratulations and how you got this award and please guide us. And I still remember that the 60 to 70% audience I didn't even know, and they just personally messaged me, and they said they are a great fan of my the blogs or the tools that I'm and the contribution I'm doing for the community. So it feels really great that my hard work and the effort is going in the right direction. Yep.
Yeah, so good. You have a blog, so what's the address for the blog for people to take a look at?
Okay, so my blog was Arpit mscrmhunt.blogspot.in, but I would recommend, I recently published my new website, so I actually published that on the LinkedIn as well. So I would recommend that, those who are not aware about that. So I started my new websites, all the interesting stuff related to the boot camps, the events, my recordings, my tools, and all the interesting stuff related to the Power Platforms and my blogs. So they can simply go to the website arpitpowerguide.com.
arpitpowerguide.com. Awesome.
Yes.
Sounds great. Well, it's been great talking to you. I always like to finish these podcasts with a few random questions. Are you ready for your random questions?
Oh, okay. Sure. Cool.
Okay, here they are. Number one. What was your favorite subject in school?
It was science.
Nice. What book have you read that's had the biggest impact on you?
Actually, I read a couple of books, but there is a famous writer in India, it's Chetan Bhagat. I don't remember the title of it, but I recently read that book, and so that I used to read some motivational kind of books, so it impacts a lot of things in my life.
I like it. Last question. What chance encounter have you had with somebody that changed your life?
Can I pass this question?
Sure you can. No problem at all. If nothing comes to mind, that's totally fine. It's been great to have you on the show. I hope that people check out your tool for the PowerApps Portal, because I can see that will save people a lot of time. We'll make sure we put this all in the show notes if you want to check out Arpit's site. And thank you for coming on.
Thanks a lot, Mark. Thanks for your time, and thanks for your wonderful show, whatever you are doing for the community. Thanks for having me again. Thank you.
Hey, thanks for listening. I'm your host, Business Application MVP Mark Smith, otherwise known as the nz365 guy. Full show notes for this episode can be found at podcast.nz365guy.com, where you'll find all those great links that were mentioned. If you'd like to support the show, please feel free to do so. buymeacoffee.com/nz365guy is where you can do that. As always, folks, stay safe out there, and see you next time.